Hey Flosstube, it's Kerry and Stitches. It's Friday the 17th of December and this is Flosstube 111. Hello and welcome. I hope you're all doing well and have had a great stitchy fortnight. Welcome if you are a new viewer and welcome back if you're returning. I hope you're not all stressed with Christmassy kind of preparations if you celebrate. Things here have been, yeah, they've been fine. It's been a bit busy. I finished in the office. I'm still working next week, but I finished in the office, so that's good. We've got COVID boosters next week. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, my bright idea. The first date we could book was the 23rd of December. I've had it booked for weeks before they did all the drop-in clinics and stuff, and I just thought, do you know what? It's across the road. I don't want to have to trek into town and stand in queues and stuff when I can just walk across the road and do it. So that's next week. What else? Lottie went to a birthday party last week, went ice skating. Yeah, that was fun. Caught up with some friends there and just had a nice time. Yeah, it's just been lots of Christmas preparation. Everything is ordered or done or just needs collecting or waiting for delivery, so that's great. I've done most of my food shopping, so I'm really happy with where I'm at, and it kind of feels like I've got a nice week to just kind of relax and just do things at home. So today we've got whips, we've got FFOs, we've got plans. I will show you my advent calendar haul. Sharon and I exchanged advent calendars this year, although Sharon still hasn't received mine, and I posted it almost, I posted 3 weeks ago. Yeah, 3 weeks ago today. Still not there. It basically sat at Heathrow for 2.5 weeks, and I filed a complaint, and they were like, meh, can't do anything about it. You've got to wait for the proper allotted time. You know, we only know what the tracking knows. And I'm thinking, yeah, I'm sure you. I get to see it says it's at Heathrow. I'm sure your tracking actually probably tells you a little bit more, but no. In fact, complaining on Twitter did more, and I actually had. They were like, oh, this is where it's at, and explained what's happened. Whereas the email, like the proper help, was like kind of like, we don't care. And actually had another DM from them on Twitter today saying, okay, we've just checked your parcel again and it's actually progressing through in the system and everything now. So it was really nice that they've actually bothered to follow up. And so if you have a complaint with Royal Mail, go to Twitter. That seems to be the route that they seem to like. Who knew? Anyway, so yeah. That kind of put me in a bit of a funk, so I ordered advent calendars and things and bought advent calendars, even though Sharon's one arrived perfectly in time, and I think it was a few days late. Yeah, I think it was a few days late because I ended up opening a big pile of them in one go. Such as the post next year I'm posting in September. Right, so I'm going to show you a few bits that Sharon's advent calendar contained, and then I'll go with my other ones and we'll jump into stitching. So I got some embellishments. Lots of really great tools, so needles and snag nabbits and a magnifier and stuff like that, clover clips, threads. I got some Victorian motto, some DMC pearl and the anchor spoolie one. Super cute bee needle minder. There's a lot of these. The wooden blank, oh, drop more wooden blanks, so need to get those stitched up. Oh, candle. Biscuity cookie fragranced, and that's kind of, we love the vanilla-y kind of things. We have lots of Scentsy going, and it's always kind of kitchen ones with the fruits kind of things. I love the fruits and citruses. In here at the moment I've got orange pomander because it's all Christmassy and nice, and the living room is always things like vanilla and vanilla bourbon and vanilla maple and hugging a mug and that kind of thing. So like all the cookie vanilla-y type baking ones, so I love those. So bit of a sense, I have a problem. I have over 50 bars. Just sometimes spend more on sentimental one. Stitching. Fabrics and Seraphim in, I forget the colourway. I will tell you what the colourway is. It's a very pretty blue though, and this is the kind of summer something. Summer Storm. Oh. So the nice kind of blue-grey, and it's great because I really do need blues and greens in my stash. What else did I have? Oh, tea towel, spatula. Oh, sorry, Sharon. Sharon stitched me this lovely little ornament that's been on my tree. I love the little corrugated iron frame, or corrugated metal. It's cute. That will go back on. Dinky scissors. So I'm like, oh, dinky scissors. I love, you know how much I love my scissors, and just like dinky scissors in green. Love those. Love them. So yeah, I know. Can't help it. Right. So that's one advent calendar. In my I found this one at Tesco's. It's basically a little wooden puzzle kind of one. And you basically just slot the little bits together to make these kind of things. It's all woodland animals and things, which I thought would be great for my display. So today was a fox, which I did unbox live, but then my phone died. It may happen again. I also ordered the Quai Squirrel one, and I've had, I should have taken all that paper back. So this was just a 10-day one from Quai Squirrel. So day one I had tags, cards, and stickers. And then I had post-it notes yesterday, beautifully wrapped as always. I will put some photos of it, but I'm trying to give it kind of a couple of days between each one, so no spoilers. And today I needed some hands, a pen and a propelling magnetic mechanical pencil, an eraser, and a couple of cute highlighters. So really, really cute stuff. I'm really pleased with this so far. And the box was contained sequin sprinkles in snowflakes, and I was kind of like, and I can craft with those. And I will, because I have ideas for those already. Right, so that's my advent calendars, and I've also got Reese's chocolate one, but we don't talk about that because that's the sole point in this house. So both myself and Tom have got Reese's advent calendars. I've had the white chocolate ones 3 times. He's had none yet. He's not happy. He feels he is being tormented by an advent calendar. Right, okay, advent calendars away. So you've seen everything, and we're going to jump into whips. So whips. This is Dancer by Barbara Anna, and it's from the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. I am stitching it in the Call For floss with the Call For fabric. Call For is graphite, but I'm stitching it in Basalt, and I have a feeling that I couldn't find it anywhere, so I just don't know whether it's, yeah, Call For's granite and this is Basalt, and they look the same. So are they the same? I don't know, but that's where I'm at with it. I love it. There's antlers are stitching it ridiculously quickly, so it's just a great fun piece. So I put it away for the moment, but I do expect to see it back out. I am changing up the colour. I'll show you the bottom of it then. The greenery here is actually, it is greenery. It's going to be in green. So I'm going to change that to the gorgeous Mirkwood, which I haven't got right here. Mirkwood by Sparklies, which is this one here. Which I think is almost becoming my go-to Christmas variegated green. Next up, I stitched a bit on Home for the Holiday Stocking, which is that one there, by Blackbird Designs. And this is on a 36 count raw linen. And there we go, I've got the alphabet done now. Have I got the alphabet done? I think so. Oh yes, I'm stitching the border here now. So there we go. So it's moving along. I really want to get this one finished this year. I've got a big house to stitch. But I'm hoping, my plan is to get, at least if I get it outlined, it'll be mindless fill-in stitch, which will be great. The other whip, oh no, that is all the whips. No, it isn't all the whips. So my new start was Infinite Christmas, which is the Barbara Anna freebie. And I've kind of changed the blues. So this is now my colour palette. And the brown isn't there, but because it's in Dancer. But so the dark blue was going to be replaced with Mirkwood, and then the light one is the kind of lighter one. I just kind of went through my bobbin box and kind of colour matched a bit to the lighter colour in that. I'm not going to change all of it. There's still going to be bits of blue in it. That's where I'm at. I'm going to say this is Belly Bronzed by Sparklies, because I forget. And if I turn it this way, it's the actual right way up. Yeah, it is. So the tree and the big trees are going to be in Mirkwood. So love that colour. So that's it with the whips. Put them down there, running out of space. Oh, okay. So I've got one FO. Kind of got an idea for a frame for this, and I just need to get it because I have to order it from Wilco. It's just an off the shelf one, but they haven't got it in store. So Christmas Rose is done. 36 count Harvest Blush by Sparklies, and I'm going to move my coffee out the way, and then I won't have to keep dodging it. So there we go. I love it. So pleased with it. Stitched it beautifully. I went and did eyelets again for the date. Can't really see it, but there you go. Kind of colourful colours, not colourful colours, bit of a mixture, but that's something I can put behind it. Oh, look. Freebie chart. There we go. I'm really pleased with how it turned out. I love the fabric. Harvest Blush by Sparklies. Can't wait. And I found a kind of bronzy gold, not bronzy, coppery frame that I just think would be beautiful with it. So really pleased with how that's turned out. And that was one of my planned finishes for this year. So that's that done. FFOs. One of my other finishes was Mill Hill's Christmas Eve, which was actually a magnet kit, but I just stuck a beaded hanger on it with some extra beads that I had, because this one didn't come with the blue. So there we go. I love that. Really like the little swag bit here. It's really pretty. So just backed it with some baize and baize felt. Really love that. And I definitely need more Mill Hill kits in my life, so really I'm going to be shopping for some Christmassy ones for next year. Sharon and I are going to adopt Mill Hill Mondays. I'm looking for some scissors handy now. I actually FFO'd Llama finally. The doodahs don't quite meet, so I might end up putting a little something there. But so I wanted it to match these ones here, which will buy. Oh, what's it called? Victoria Sampler. And I didn't have the same. Didn't have the same thing, so I ended up with a much bushier kind of pipe cleaner thing, trimming it down. It was that long, and just trimmed it right down, and it kind of looks the same. I might just need to, but it was the only bit I had that was one of the only bits I had left, so I just kind of ended up going with it. And it's a bit short, but I might just pop a bit of something there and it'll be fine. So those are that. I FFO'd very quickly today Next Door by Heartstring Sampler. This is the one that Heather and Sharon and I stitched together. That was another thing about the parcel going one walkabouts with for Sharon. It contained the round bobbins, so I was really upset. So I'm super pleased with this. This is just a cheap frame from Wilco. So yeah, that's going to go on my wall somewhere. And then the frame I got from IKEA, Black Wet Lady fits in. She's not done properly. I've just popped her in just to make sure she would fit. And obviously she needs moving over just a tiny bit to the, it's very close to the edge there. I can probably move her over a millimetre or two. But I think just a plain black frame is going to be perfect for her. And I think it looks lovely. So this is by Blackwork Angel by Lesley Teare, which I just left as a Black Wet Lady. It needs properly lacing because it's quite bubbly, but the fabric was not cooperating, and I was doing it in a rush today to kind of just say, okay, yes, I know it fits, and kind of tick mentally tick something off in my head that I did have a frame for it, and it was fine. I'm happy to go with quite a close finish frame on it, just because of space, and it's a nice moulded plastic. Is it a plastic frame? I'm just whether it's plastic or wood. It's from IKEA. Probably, I don't know, but it works for it. She needed a simple frame because she's so pretty. So there we go. Christmas rose. Oh, I stitched the last 2 snowflakes I needed to do, and I'm going to pop a picture in here. I'm trying to read what the clock says. 15. Yep, stitch those. So they're in parcels off to people. So you don't know who you are. So there we go. Yeah. I busily went through my punch needle and primitive stitcher magazines for the subscription that I was gifted for my birthday. And I'm just pulling off a few freebies at the top of the pile. This is, I printed them off because I know what I'm like. I will forget that I have the magazine. So we have instant print from HP, and I went through and we had loads of spare extra prints, and I didn't want to lose them, so I printed. Oh, I'm sorry if you heard my tummy rumbling then. So lots of winter ones. A lot of these are from the 2020. The Barbara Anna to go with the set that I was doing. It's nice to see some people I've never stitched before. Wild Violet. In fact, the whole Wild Violet one. Oh no. Jodyri Designs. Amazing magazine, it really is. Lucy Beams, never heard this before. A set for Vulture Villa and Polar Bear Abode and all that from Lindy Stitches. Love that Kindness Matters one. There we go, Hedgehog House or whatever it's called. Another Barbara Anna. Yeah, so I quite like the simplicity of these stitching the Housewives ones. So with the Housewives. There's some I haven't printed off. Can't wait to do the Heart Seasons from Blue Power. A couple of small samplers, and this is summer one. A couple more Barbara Annas. Another little couple of Biscornus. Yeah, heart in hand. So I it got to the point where I thought, if I stitch, still got 2 magazines to go through, but if I go through and print off everything I want to stitch, at least that way, at least that way I've got them as charts, and I won't forget that I've got them. I probably will, but there we go. So that's that. Another purchase. I'm just going to show you this because it's only a notebook, but because it's a local designer, and this is a lovely notebook. Let's take it out of the packaging. Yes, crinkles. It's Christmas. Get used to it. There we go. It's actually on really shiny paper as well, by a local designer called Marnie Makes. She did one about elephants in our parade this year, and a giraffe one, and we had giraffes 3 years ago. Absolutely love her designs. She's got some beautiful things in her Etsy shop, which I will link below, but I think it's closed, but she's totally worth checking out on Facebook. It's just a lined notebook, but it's really great quality, and I just saw it and I just kind of, actually I love her designs, and I want to have one. I bought a colouring book a couple of years ago of her designs, so she's got some beautiful stuff. My Sparklies fabric for November came in. That's the last of my wish list ones. That's a chain, and yeah, 18 count a chain. And this was the first of, I just said, I think she was, I can't remember, I think I just said send me whatever then for the rest of it. So lilac ice. It's nice, quite bright. I'm quite pleased to have some quite bright ones because a lot of hers are very pale neutrals, which is great. But there's been a lot of things I wanted to kit up lately, and I've gone, I need something quite bright, not as dark as some of the Chromatic Alchemy ones I've had, but they are linen, so that probably accounts for a lot of it. But kind of felt that in my Ada collection I wanted to have some brighter pieces, so I'm really happy with, well, I'm always happy with my Sparklies fabric. So Daily 30 is going well, just had a new intake of people. So we've announced that we're starting to announce our 2021 stitch challenge, and this is the needle model I have designed. Is it going to focus? I don't think it's going to focus. Get blank. That's really cool. So he designed that. Actually, made mine into a little bag tag. So I do like to experiment with them. So that's that. So, plans. I think I'm sorry if I've talked really fast in this. I feel like I've really just rattled through everything today because, you know, doorbell's going to go in a minute and it'll be Amazon or the child. Right, I've got plans for getting three things finished between now and seeing you, which I think will be New Year's Eve. So, Graceful Flower is high on my radar because I literally need, well, I think it's got needles in it still as well. I've got to reclaim some of my needles from various projects, so that's where Graceful Flower is at the moment. I need to stitch the words Touched by the Sun at the bottom. So, literally will take me an hour to finish, but I kind of was saving it for December, and I forget what the fabric is. Oh, no. It's 32 count Monaco Parchment by Sparklies. I want to get the stocking finished. I really want to. It's still a push, but I'd really like to try. And the other one I really want to get done is, I still haven't got a full design, Funky Menagerie, my Lindy stitches. Let's get it done in the year it was released. I actually have a needle in place. So that's where I'm at. And you're like, wow, Kerry, you've got like one animal and a tiny bit of border. No, I haven't, because if I remember rightly, I've got to take out. I'm just looking to see where the mistake is. Okay, I've got to take out everything from the bottom of this pink one all the way down, including that big motif, and all the way across, because it's 2 stitches too short in that, and the borders. When I thought it was one, I thought I could fudge it, but I can't. So it's all got to come out. It's about 500, 600, 700 stitches to come out, and then put back in, and then just I get to stitch the praying mantis. That's on a 32 count rubescent from Chromatic Alchemy. So that's going to be done, because actually I'm not mad at it. It's funny, I can get really frustrated when I frog 15 stitches. That I'm not mad at. I wasn't mad when I had to frog 1,000 on cardinal points. I don't understand. So apparently if I make a giant mistake, I'm okay with it. If I make a silly little mistake, I get cross. I was a bit like that on Dancer. For every 100 stitches I did, I had to frog at least 10. Because I'd be like, one stitch too far over, one stitch too, you know, I've missed a space out. It was just like really silly mistakes. So there you go. I'm about to cough then, but I'm not now. Joanne won the angel chart because she was the only one that wanted it. So there you go, Joanne, it's yours. I've got your address. Thank you for your email. It'll be on its way today because I've got to get to the post office and get the last things in the post. And finally, I'm looking around for it because I've buried it. There we go. Just a little something ready to get you ready for the FFO you're going to do next year. All that FFOing. It's a bag of, just a little bag of the bulb pins that seem to be pretty trendy at the moment in finishing. So there's lots of different colours in there. So you should be able to coordinate with all your stitching. There you go. And there's some 2022 charms as well. Ooh. Yeah, there you go. So a little bag of those, just so to enter, tell me one project that you really want to get finished, or you're really hoping to get finished towards the end of this year, or make massive progress on so it's a finish early next year, or you know, tell me what you hope your next finish is going to be. I will search for the word finish. There you go. So with all that said and done, I'm looking around and just double checking. I'm checking my notes. I feel like I'm Santa, making a list, checking it twice. There you go. The random song title today is there's a story behind it, which you're going to get. This is your little Christmas story. In 1994, I got my first CD player on Christmas Day. I was so excited. Only I didn't have any CDs. So, my bestie at the time lived 5 minutes walk from my house, and we'd been to church, we'd come home, we'd unwrapped his present, which, as a side note, I'd actually wrapped the present myself because it was in my mum's bedroom on the floor, and she was like, oh, I'm just looking after that for my friend because she doesn't want it in her house because she can't hide it anywhere. I'm like, well, makes perfect sense to me. Was not expecting to have the CD player. It was a big stereo system, as you had in the 90s. And, yeah, so I even wrapped it up for Mum to help her. So got this. So I ended up ringing my best friend who had a CD player, but only like 1 or 2 CDs, and went, Sarah, I've had a CD player for Christmas. I'm so excited. I was 15, I think, or 16 I would have been. I need a CD. So she comes up the road with her CD, and the only one she had, or she only had 1 or 2, was East 17, Stay Another Day. And ever since that, it's kind of been a long Christmas joke for us that it's not Christmas until we've heard East 17. So, although The Wanted, I think it is, did a cover of it. And I'm like, no, it's just not East 17. There we go. So there's my random story as to why I've used that one. It just brings back lots of memories. So, and I haven't heard the East 17 version this year yet. So there you go. If you've no idea what it is, I'll see if I can find it and put it down below. So until Christmas, New Year's Eve, friends, take care. I won't do a video next week because it's Christmas Eve. People have got far too many, I'll see you in a fortnight's time. Take care, friends. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Christmas if you celebrate. If you don't celebrate, I hope you just have some time to rest and be with family and friends. Take care, and I will see you all for a New Year's Eve extravaganza. No, I won't. It'll just be a regular video. Take care, friends. Happy stitching. Bye-bye.